Excuse me. How is everybody? Is there anybody there? Clean my glasses while I wait for people to come on. Hi, hello, hello. Oh, Mete's on, Kay's on, Sonia, Catherine, Christina, Denise, hello darling. Debbie, your dialogue has been looking fabulous just lately. Stephanie, Michelle, Becky, Amy, hello darling. Rhonda, oh my goodness, Lee, oh, you're going to a show. Miss Lee, oh, I got really sad when I saw Stamp Away. I was like, oh no. Oh, Jay, oh, are the babies there? Oh, hang on a minute. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Otis. It was Miss Betsy's 4th birthday yesterday. Excuse me. Can you believe that? 4 years old. Oh, Betsy, Otie. Oh, lovely to see you. Loads of you coming on. The comments are going up that fast. I can't see that much. I can see Nancy, Carol, Klaske, Louise. Hello, hello, hello. It's boiling here. It's so humid. Oh, the babies are watching, sorry. Mwah! To Otis and mwah! To Betsy. One to Mummy. It's so humid. It is so hot. I have my little fan going here. I have my big fan going over there. I've got the wispiest dress on to try and keep cool. So I've hardly any makeup on tonight. You'll just have to take me as you find me. Oh, I can see Mr. Boo at the top of the garden just collapsed in a heap. Collapsed in a heap. Oh, Mr. Boo. He might come down, actually. He was down here earlier. He was ready. Did you see that picture of him? I was just finishing something off and he was here, ready. Oh, Barry's in the house. Hi, Barry. In between driving. Islandia's loving Distinctly Dilutions 16. Oh, Gillian says it's humid in New Jersey. It's really hot and really humid. So Betsy, everybody's saying happy birthday to you. Oh, hot and humid in Illinois. Belgium, hot. I think all Europe is hot. Really hot. So... Oh, Kay says it's hot in Texas. I think she means hot. It's always hot in Texas. Unless they're doing hailstones. Peroska's in. Sandra's in. Sandy's in. Yeah, it's humid everywhere, isn't it? We're going to have nice weather for another couple of weeks, I think. But, yeah, today was just that muggy, that type of heat. So... Everybody's saying it's yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Oh, it's 3:30 a.m. in Australia. Kelly, are you coming in or are you going out? I wonder if you're coming in. Just staggering in from the clubs. Trinidad and Tobago's in the house. I've always wanted to say that. Oh my gosh, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, thank you, Denise. I love it as well. It's just, you know, I know you can get the separate ones, but it's just nice to have that combination together. That size as well. Just, you know, to have it that size is good. Everybody's coming in. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, it's freezing in Australia. That means it's really warm, but to Australians it's freezing. It won't be freezing. Oh no, I've chipped my mug. Oh, Emmy, that's another one chipped. Emmy picked my New Jersey mug out of... no, when we start, we always have a chat first. I do this off my own back. Nobody tell me when to start because that's not how it works. Okay? So don't even go there. Welcome, Gregory, to your first live. Kelly just woke up. People still joining. Yeah, that's how it works on here. It's really annoyed me that. That has really annoyed me, somebody telling me to start, because I come on here and do it. I'm doing this in my own time. I'm chatting. This is how it goes. If you don't like it, leave. It's as simple as that. I think people think they can say anything. Oh, Robin, hello. How are you both? Oh, now from Illinois, yes. Yes. People still joining. Oh no, I won't, Denise, but I'm sick. You know, people think they can say anything and it's rude, and I won't have it. You know me and manners. I just think it's really rude. So, yeah. That wasn't the only comment that they've made tonight. I'm used to it, but I won't accept it. So, yeah. So people are still joining. I know, I could be sat on my patio, couldn't I? With a nice white wine and soda or a beer instead of my cup of tea boiling hot in my studio. I'll always tell it like it is. I'm Yorkshire. You can take the girl out of Yorkshire, but you can't take Yorkshire out of the girl. So... And we're still joining, still joining. A lot of people can never find it. Vicky's watching. Hello, Vicky. Oh, the shimmer paints. I know they're gorgeous. 2 more shimmer paints coming out at the end of the month. So that'll be nice. So tonight, I'm going to go through the Dyalog System with you. So that's what I'm going through. Okay. So this is a whole system and I'm going to talk all about it. I did say I was going to do Dyalog and Diary, but I actually think that I probably won't have time to do both. What have you ate today? I'm not sure how that's relevant, what I've ate today. Samantha's had a big delivery of Dilutions goodies. You find us. I always find you. At least Facebook's playing nicely at the moment, so which makes a change. So yeah, we're going to go through the Dyalog System because I was trying to work it out. I've probably had this over 3 years and I don't think I've actually explained it fully for a while. Well, over a year. And of course, with the Day by Dies and the classes, I have so many new followers that I forget some people don't know things. And I can't remember what I was talking about. Somebody said, oh, I don't understand. They see the little books, they see the booklets, but they didn't realise it was a whole system. So I thought, do you know what? I'll go through it and I'll do the whole thing. So I've got all the products to show you. I've got how to work it. I'll show you the different bits in and out. It's not a sell. This isn't, you know, it's not like a commercial. It's not a sell. It's just people have asked me to try and, you know, all the different things. Like when I get the Dyalog stencils out, people say, why are they folded in half? Things like that. So I'm going to show you all that. The odd things are gone now. So I think one of the covers is discontinued. So you can find, you still might be able to find them, but, you know, I can explain different like that. We've got new little bits of Dyalog coming later on in the year as well. Okay, so so to start with, the name Dyalog actually comes from, because my name's Diane, so I have Dylusions and I have die cuts and I had Diary, which is all DY. So I thought, what can I have that I can sort of name this? Because this really is like a traveller's notebook. That's the gist of it. I've used traveller's notebooks. I've used the Midoris, which again is a trade name. I've used the Midoris for years. I used to buy them from Whimsadoodle when Whimsadoodle had a store in Florida. And I loved them, but I hated the paper. I loved the system, the fact that you could interchange everything and carry them around. So I loved the system, but I didn't like the quality of the paper at all. Okay, it was no good for doing anything mixed media. And also I write a lot of quotes. I could only write on one side of the page because you could see the writing come through. So I decided that I wanted to bring out my own system, and I wanted it to be affordable because a lot of the systems on the market only have leather covers, which are expensive. One of my leather covers, I think, was about £90 odd. And at the time when I did this, I was actually vegan, so I wanted a softer cover, but I also wanted it to be really affordable, that everybody could afford to buy it and use it. Do you see what I mean? And so we came up with this and we trialed it and it worked really well. So we did more, and it's really holding its own. It's really, really going well. So I'm going to spin the camera around. This is my particular one that I'm using at the moment. I've got so many of them, so many. But this is one I'm carrying around at the moment. So I'm going to spin the camera around and talk to you from then, okay? I can still see the comments, but when I'm commenting, I can't see them as much. So I tend to look at them every now and again rather than all the time, okay? So let me just spin that round there. Okay, so this is the Dyalog System. These are the covers, and I'm going to show you all the different... Oh, you just see my bust there. That's no good. Hang on. There we go. Let's try that. Let me just try... Hang on. That looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah. There we go. Okay, so these are the covers, okay, and they're a canvas cover. You can see, I don't know if you can see the texture, but the canvas inside and out, and then they're sandwiched with like a very fine foam that allows you, they've got all, I don't know if you can see all these creases here, that allows them to mould around your books, but they also spring back into shape. So when they come, they're this size, okay, which some people find strange because the books are this size, but it's because they bend round. So there's got to be enough room. And that was the other thing that I found with a lot of covers. A lot of covers were not much bigger than this. So when you got the stuff in, it was all sticking out the edge and it used to get bashed. So I deliberately made my cover a lot wider than anybody else's cover. If you have somebody else's system, my books will fit in their system and their books will fit in my system. They're all, you know, a similar system really. So they come like this, and I think they're about $10, £10. They come like this. They have a strap, elasticated strap on the outside, which holds it shut, and they have one piece of elastic in the inside. So this piece of elastic goes through there, down through there, and then it joins like this. So it's one piece of elastic, okay? And this system can hold 6 books in, okay? So it holds 6 books in altogether. You can put more, but I never do, because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to make this too fragile really. This actually here has got 2 ends on it, okay? So I remember somebody complaining to me that it had come out, and they were like, the whole thing's ruined now, it's come out. Well, just put it back in. There you go. As simple as that. If it comes out, just put it back in. It's meant to come out in case you want to decorate it or anything like that, okay? So that's the start of it. So we have there, hang on, some of the different covers, okay? The very first cover, we brought 2 out actually. The very first 2 covers that we brought out was Dream. This is Dream. Okay, so that's one of my collages. So Dream and Frame. Okay, so Frame, this is what it shows you on the back. This is what it looks like on the inside, and this one is on the outside. So it's got space there, which I usually sign in there. That's where people always go, oh, I got this cover, can you sign it? So this is how they come. They come packaged like this, okay? So then we brought out this one, which is Believe. Okay, so this actual cover is called Believe. And this originally came out as a special in Joann's, but I always knew I was going to release it. They just had it early. They had it for about 12 weeks before the general public. So this one is Believe, and again it's collage. And can you see that's the little girl? That's actually from Crown of Roses. I made that into a stamp. These were made into stamps. So it's collage. And the one thing they have in common, they all have a one of my quotes, one of my handwritten quotes, and I always handwrite Dilutions down there. Ranger put theirs on the back, but all of them have, see, this one has a handwritten quote, and I handwrite the Dilutions on the back, and they're all hand done by me. Everything is done by me, okay? And then we brought out this one, and I think this is Vision. Yeah, this one is Vision, and this one matches all the pencil cases. And this one has now gone, okay? This you can't get anymore unless it's in a store already. Unless a store already has them. If you're in the UK, Ben still has some at Art from the Heart. So this is Vision, and this one matches the pencil cases, the bags, etc. But this has now gone, okay? So, and that's got the plain black on the inside. It says, the rebel in me will never die. And that one is Vision. And then we also brought out the blank. Okay, so this is the blank one. You might be able to see the canvas small. And the blank one is to decorate yourself. And here is a few that I have decorated in the past. A lot of these are sort of, they don't match on the inside because I've normally been demoing them in a class. So if I was doing this for me to use, I would probably put the same thing on the inside. But when I'm demoing in a class, I try to demo as many projects as I can. And there is a class actually doing this. There is a Sunday night class. Emmy will probably drop the link in. But there is a Sunday night class decorating this cover. So you can see that's one that I've stamped and put. Another one that's not quite finished, not doodled, but that's got the silhouettes. Half done, because I'm always doing them in classes. So stamp, that's the first one I did actually. That was the first one I did there. And all these techniques I teach you. This is everybody likes this one for some reason. This is a popular. That's using a stamp set. We have the silhouettes and the shapes. We have the Maureen stencil. And all these are in that class and you can see them. There's a little simple one. There's another one. If you're going to be weird, be confident about it. This one I did, this was the stencil that I did, made the trees. Again, in a class, so I'm showing. And then this is using the Dyalog quilt stencil. So this was the Dyalog quilt stencil there, that I did that. So all those were these. They all started off like this. Now, I will say to you, I find I paint it first with white paint. Okay, because with it being a material, with it being canvas, it's porous. It's very porous. So you can just get away without it. But if you put a little coat of white paint on first, and I just put it on with a blending tool, then your paint will go on a lot better on the top. Okay, I wouldn't put ink on these, because ink is going to come off on your hands every single time you do it. Okay, so yes, there is a class. The link will be further up. Emmy's popped the link in, I think. So those are the blank covers, and the blank comes with blue. I just wanted it a bit different. So the blank has a blue on there, okay? And people complain, I can't please everybody, so it is what it is. It is what it is. If you want a different colour, you can swap it from one of the others, because they can all swap around. So I could put the blue on here. Let me just take this out. They're very sturdy. I've only actually had one snap, and it was because I put too many books in. I wanted it to be really sturdy. So for $10, the one I've got that was nearly $100, I could have 10 of these. You know, so I just wanted them to be really good value. Now, they don't stay as pristine like this. I designed them. See, there you go. Now you've got a pink one. I designed them so they would distress up, because I love covers that are quite distressed. This is a little bit more distressed, but the edges will rub and the edges will fray, and this will sort of, you know, the more you use it. Let me see what have I got down here. Have I got one? Here's one that's a bit more battered. Can you see? This is how they end up, and they're meant to end up. I help them along. I do a lot of things like this. That's how they're meant to look. To me, that looks more interesting than a brand new pristine cover. Okay, so that's the covers. So that is the start of the Dyalog. And then I'm just going to show you. This is the one I'm using at the moment. And you can see how full it is. It's got all sorts in there. And you swap books inside and out. And you can see, look, I have stencils, I have pockets, I have books, I have clear blank inserts. I have all sorts in there, okay? So the next thing that you have is you have the insert books, okay? So these are the insert books. Standard size, you know, standard size. Let me show you one here. And they come packed like this. I wasn't very happy that they had to have all this packaging on, but they would get battered if not, okay? They have a big thing on the front so you can see exactly what's in the book. Originally, it was only small. The art department made it small, and I said, no, I want it bigger. And they said it'll ruin the look. And I said, I don't care. I'm old. I can't see. I wanted you to be able to see straight away what exactly, can you see, was in the book. So they all tell you exactly what's in there. Which way have I gone? That way. There's 8 different books and 2 versions of every book. Okay. So for example, the blank book. Where's my other blank book? Oh, I thought I had these in order. What have I done? Oh, I thought they were in order. Diane. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, for example, this blank book, both of these are blank, but they have different covers because I thought you might get bored. So originally we brought 8 books out. So this was the first one that came out. Okay. This was the first. This was the second, and it actually says number 2. So that means it was second release, okay? So these came out right at the start, and then about a year later, I released 8 more books. They were originally going to come out in a 2-pack, and then we split them. And these are about $6. They're not a lot at all, £6 in England, something like that, okay? So it's exactly the same inside. They both say blank, but they have different covers on that I've decorated. So I'm just going to show you some of the different books, okay? So total blank. We have the agenda. So this is agenda. Both of these are agenda, you can see on here. And again, that says agenda number 2. So we have the agenda. This gives you a week's diary, really. And again, I'll show you different books. I'll show you them in different ones. So it has the Monday through to the Saturday, Sunday. It's done in a grey. If you do more on a Saturday, Sunday, you could make that, you know, you can change it. You can alter it to do whatever. But this is your agenda. All of these books have 12 double sheets. Okay, 12 double sheets. The signatures, just like my diaries and journals were, but the difference is they're stitched once. One line of stitching right down the middle. Where in my journals, it's every 2 pages. In the journals, it's like this. Every 2 pages are stitched, then more stitched, then more stitched, okay? So, so those are the agenda. Called it the agenda. All right? We have black. These are the 2 black ones. I think this was the first. I can't remember. Black page. Oh, what I need to tell you. Look at that. It's exactly the same paper as in my journals. Okay, it's my journal paper. The quality is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So then we have the black ones. So we have this one. And then again, just a different cover. You don't see the covers when you're in there, but I've been using this system for over 3 years. So I just thought I want a little bit of variety. Okay. So, there we go. If you're in America, Ranger has them. All support. This is what I always say. Support your local stores. If your local stores haven't got them, Ranger, your online stores like Joggles, Scrapbook.com, places like that. But support your local stores first, okay? Everybody has to survive. Everybody has to survive. So there's nothing wrong with supporting the bigger people and, you know, but if you've got a local store, support that local store. Megan's just popped on Paper Parachute. And store owners, feel free to drop your links, okay? Just feel free to drop your links. That's absolutely fine. If you're in England, Art from the Heart, we've got them all, but there are other stores. I don't know. People write to me all the time saying who sells them. I have no idea. I just design them. I have no idea who sells them, okay? Art from the Heart, fully stocked. We're always fully stocked there. So, you know. And again, they might not have them, but they might order them in for you. Okay? So, next one is your dot grid. So this one I didn't want. This one was for the bullet journals. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with it. And I love it now. But I actually did this one for the girls in the offices. They were like, we want a dot grid one. So what it means is it's in a grid, but it's got tiny little dots on there, okay? So again, this was the original and this was number 2. Yeah. Then we have writing ones, so ruled lines. Let me just open one. I thought I'd got one of everything open. Oh, beg your pardon. So, here we go. Now, I'm not a bullet journaler. I can't bullet journal to save my life. I think it looks amazing, but I'm not. But these are really good for it as well. So this is your basic lines. This is just your basic lined notebook. But again, in that really good quality paper. Okay. So they're both the same. So 2 of those. Then we have the grid. Can you see? So we've got like a graph paper. The grid. I can't remember. This was number 1. This was the first one out. This was number 2. We have the handwriting lines. I did this especially for me. You remember when you were at school and you had 3 lines and the middle of your letter went in between the 2 middle lines, and then the tops of your letter went above the bottom. So that's what these are. It's called handwriting lines. Okay, so that is the difference between the ruled. Can you see? The ruled is just straight lines. The handwriting lines is like this. Yeah. And then the last one that we have, this was the original one, this is the other, we have ready decorated. Okay, so I've already decorated this book for you. It's still the same quality. These are great if you're in a hurry. If you're in a hurry or you don't know what to do, you panic, you're not quite sure where to start. So we have that one, and then this one was number 2. Oh, hang on, that's not right. Hang on, that's that. 1 minute. I think this is the one that they did wrong. Is this the one they did wrong? Yes, one of these is wrong. 1 minute, let me get another one of these. Oh, dear me, where is that? Here, no. Oh, that's the old one. That's why. Oh, hang on. That's why. This one is discontinued. This one is gone. Okay, so we only have this one left. Let me show you the backgrounds in here. You might still find it at some stores. I think Ben's got some. And again, look, it shows you on the front. It shows you on the front that they're there. So, here we go. So that was the original that I think has gone. And this. So this is handwriting 2. Okay. A lot of people who are new to me like these, they pick them up and they do. I've just taught a week-long mini collage class and we worked in these because then we don't have to make any backgrounds. We could just get on and collage, okay? So those are the books. So we have 8 different styles of books, but there's 2 of each style. I think, excuse me, I'm sorry. I think one of the blank ones might have gone as well. I'm not sure. But that's why once they're gone, and I just bring out new ones. I have got 4 new ones coming out later on. So So yeah, but I think Ben has got all of them. So my stories Art from the Heart, Art from the Heart UK, and Ben will have most of them in there. Okay, so that's how they all are. So you have your cover and you have your books, right? How do you put them in the cover? Well, easily. First of all, if you've only got two, you would just, can you see I just slid it under the elastic, so I can put one there and I can put one there. Okay, so you could start with two books. Can you see what I did? I just slid them under the elastic. So you can start with two books and you can just, this cover is sturdy enough, it won't buckle or bend. So even if you've only got one book or two books, you can quite happily, you know, just, or if I'm going somewhere, say I'm going, I don't know, to pick the grandkids up from nursery or something, and I've got a bit of spare time, I might just put one book or two books in something like this, okay? Normally I have them full like this. But, you know, sometimes I just use it like that. And if you're new, you might just want to, you know, just want to take a few. So that's how you put two covers in. So I'm going to take it out and show you now how you put four covers in. So to put four covers in, what you actually need is you need extra elastics. Okay, so these are the Dyalog elastic bands, and these are like $2. So you need more. To put four more books in, you need two bands. Okay, they come in different colours. I know a lot of people say, I don't like the pink one. Oh, tough. I don't like the blue one. You don't see them. It is what it is. Again, whatever I do is wrong. Okay, so what you do is, they're elastic, but they're made especially, they're the correct size. So this is how you would put two books on here. So some people open it at the covers. I don't. I open it in the middle of the book. So where the stitching is, okay? And I put the elastic over the middle. Okay? Yeah, right down the middle. Open up my second book so I can see the stitching, and I'm going to slip this in there. So the elastic is in the middle of both books. Did everybody understand that? I'll do it again for you later on. But the elastic's in the middle of those books. All right, so you've got two books on that elastic. And then what you do is you slip this under here. So can you see now this elastic is under here. So I have got two books on that elastic that's already in there. Yep. So put two books in the other side. I will take two more books. I'll just take this one and this one. Open them at the centre, and they all have a different colour stitching, and the stitching depends on what the cover is. So you can see this has got a bit of a purpley cover, so they've used purple stitching. This is black, so they've done black stitching. Okay, so again, this is what you do. You take your elastic, you place it over the book, down the middle. Then you take your second book, place the elastic down the middle. Okay, so it opens up. So you've got two more books, and then you put this book underneath this elastic. Okay, so now you've got four books on those two elastics. So now you can see the Dyalog's getting a bit thicker. And what will happen is this will curve round. At first, it's very stiff, okay, and these are not lying flush, but once you've had it in there a while, these will lie flush and it'll curve itself around. Okay, so that's four books. So what if you want more books? Okay, this will hold 6. It will hold more, but it'll break, so I would not recommend holding any more than that. So this will hold 6. So how do we put another book in? Well, you have these two books here, okay, under this elastic. If you lift this elastic up, and then if you open it in the centre, you can put this middle book in this elastic. Can you see? So I've now got 3 books on one elastic. I'll show you it again on here. So here's my third book for this side. Okay, I've got these 2 books on one elastic under this. I lift this elastic up and I slot the book in. Now again, when you first do it, you sort of have to juggle them a little bit. But once you've had it done for a while, look, they just sit there. But can you see, when you first do them, you just have to juggle it a little bit. But there's plenty of room in there for 6 books. Okay, and you can swap them in, out, in, out. You know, if you want to swap a book, so for example, let me take this one. If I think, do you know, I don't need my dot grid today, I can take that out and I can put this book in. If I think to myself, I don't want this back book, I can take this back book out and I can put this in. Do you see what I mean? If I don't want the front book anymore, I can take the front book out and I can put another book in. You don't always have to replace them. You can just take the centre one out and it'll be fine. But if you take this out, this will have to come out as well. Okay, so those are your 6. And I developed this because I used to be constantly on the road, always working on different things. And my big journals, you know, this is the latest journal. This is the large, this is the classics. So this is the, oh, you're seeing things you shouldn't see there. Oh my goodness me. But this is the classics journal. And that's really hard on an aeroplane or in an airport, you know. So this is the perfect size for me. You can write in the books with it open, but I tended to take it out and work in it, unless it was in the middle. If it was in the middle, it seemed to work because you could flatten it. Okay, so that's the covers and that's the books. Okay, so what else could we put in there? Because you know me, I'm not going to stop at that, am I? So the other thing, and one thing that we have, is we have pockets. Okay, so this is a pack of 3. And all those books, by the way, are all $6. This is a pack of 3. Okay, 3 pockets. And these are just a really firm card that have got a flap at the side. Okay, they have a little hole. It's just for fun, but I also put business cards in there as well. You can put your credit card in, whichever. They're all they're all hand decorated by me again. You get a mixed pack, so you get the 3 in a pack. So what you can do with these is you can put them in on your own. So I could take this book out and I could have this pocket in here. Okay, or you can wrap it round one of the books, okay, and put it in. You'll have to wait and see, Denise, won't you? Not be impatient. I can't say anything. So look, I can put a pocket round there, and then I could put another pocket round another book, and I can put another pocket. What do we put in the pockets? If you look at mine, here, oh, have I got anything in that one? Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. This is the one I'm using at the moment. There we go. I have clips, I have canvas, I have my back chat. Okay, so I've got more back chat there. So that's the type of thing that I put in the pockets. Okay, so you can add pockets and it's not going to make it much bigger. The other thing that we have is we have the blank insert. Oh, the pockets. I don't know how much the pockets are. If any store owners are on, if somebody could drop. I have no idea how much the pockets are. Emmy might have time to look. I'm not sure. So we also have the blank insert. I'm not sure why I haven't got one in the packet actually. But we have the blank insert, okay? And the blank insert, it has a zipper here. It's not a zipper though. It's a bit like those freezer bags. Can you see there's no zip in there? It's a bit like the freezer bags. So sometimes I'll put my money in there. Sometimes I'll put my cards in there. I usually use it for pens, okay? And then this side has 2 pockets. So again, you can put things in there. If I show you the one that I've got at the moment. So in this one at the moment, so here, I don't know if you can see, I've got this inside and then I've got a pocket round it. So $6.99. There you go, $6.99 pockets. So you can see I have some pens, I have a pencil, I have some double-sided tape, okay? And then in this bit of the pocket, I've got some masks. I must have been masking toadstools. And then if you watched I was swatching out some inks, some Ferris wheel press inks. And I love these, so I want to use these. So when I was throwing the box, I cut the box up and I kept them there. And then this is the other side. These are the sides of the look, they're just lovely. Look at that lovely little cat. So I'm going to use these in my journals and in my dialogues. So I've kept them there so I don't lose them. I clip my clips on there as well. Okay, so that's how I use them, like that. So that's these. But again, you could put all sorts in. This will seal, these won't. Things don't really fall out because of the way it is. So again, you could have a pocket with this round it. You could have this inside with the pocket round it like I do. Okay, but if you make this bulky, I wouldn't put this round a book. If you notice, I don't have a book in there because this can get quite bulky. So I have the clear and then I have the pocket as well. Okay, so the clips, I have 2 different lots of clips. So this was the first lot of clips. Okay, they match these were from the diary actually, but things interchange. And this is the second lot. The second lot were a little bit arty. Okay, so you get 6 clips. Again, I've no idea. But they're good to use. Okay, the heads come off as well if you just want the things. The heads just come off there. I tried to think of everything. I only design for me, which I know a lot of people think that's really rude of me. But I design for me because if I love it, I think people can tell I love it. And then, you know, other people, it's no good me making something that I'm not going to use because with all the will in the world, if I don't like it, how am I going to convince anybody else to like it? Do you see, you know, so I only sort of design for me. There's a clip there. So this is the one I'm actually using at the moment. So it has my stencils in. I'll talk about stencils in a minute. I also have, this is my cutting mat. Okay, this is my cutting mat here. Oh, Emmy says the stencils, the clips are $3.99. This is my cutting mat. And quite often when I'm on a plane, I'm gluing. So I usually have a glue stick in there as well, but seeing as I'm at home, I don't need to. But I'm usually gluing. So what I do is I cut these up. So when these are getting a bit tatty, I just cut them to match the same size as this. So I just draw around it like this. And then I wrap it round, and then I've always got a non-stick surface to glue on, or to test my pens, or to get my water pens working again, etc. We don't sell these, you just make these yourself. One of the reasons we don't sell them is to have them made, we'd have to order like 10,000 of them. I think we'd sell 10,000. But Ranger didn't think that because you have to have the tool made. So just get your old mats, because they always run out, don't they? And just cut it to the size of your book to fit. Okay, so you'll notice as well I also have stencils in here. So let me show you the stencils. And you can have some of these or all of these. It doesn't matter what you do. I designed it for everything because that's what I wanted. You might only want this or only want that, or, you know, I know some people who say we only buy the lined books and, oh, we only buy the stencils. It doesn't really matter. Everything works with everything else. So stencils, here we go. This is how the stencils come. They come like this, but if you notice, they're wrapped round. Because again, I used to be on planes, aeroplanes all the time. So these are creased down the centre. They will lie flat for when you want to use them. But by doing this, it means I can have 4 separate designs on and they're not going to fall out of my journal because again, they wrap round. Everything wraps round, okay? So everything wraps round like this. You don't have to just use them in the dialogue. You can use them for anything. If you think to yourself, do you know, I haven't got a lot of space and I'd like 4, then you do them like this. Now, if you keep folding it backwards and forwards, you're going to snap this. So I only flatten it like that, use it, and then just press it back again. And it will, I mean, these are my originals. These are, you know, my total originals. So in here we have, we've just got some new ones out. So just let me, okay, so these are the original. And for some reason I'm missing one. And I don't know why. So stencil it 2, border it 2. So the first border stencil, I don't know if I just don't have it or whether it's discontinued. I never really know if things are discontinued till it's too late. Here we go. So this was number 1. This was called Doodle It, okay? And this was the original doodle, so it's all borders, okay? So that one was called Doodle It. When I first brought them out, I had Doodle It, Stencil It, Border It. So that one's called Border It, sorry. Okay. This one is called Stencil It. And it has these 4 different designs on. And this one is called Doodle It. These are the wrong way around. Oh, Doodle It 2, that's why. Sorry. Doodle It, Stencil It, that's better. Because the Doodle It has slightly bigger patterns in there, okay? So those were the first 3. And then they went so well, we brought out another 3. And this time they're called Doodle It 2, Stencil It 2, Border It 2, okay? So this was Border It 2. This was Doodle It 2. And this one is Stencil It 2. Okay. So those were the originals in the next lot. And then these were the brand new ones out in, oh my gosh, was this January? I can't remember when these came out. Okay, so these are new ones. So this one was Frame It. And it has, can you see, it has the borders. It has 2 sides of a border and you can flip them round and it'll do the other 2 sides. So that one is Frame It. And I'll show you them in there. This one is Stitch It. So this one, slightly different. This one has... it's got the mini stitches there. We've got the pins, the cross stitch, the blanket stitch, and then it has 2 of these frames on it as well. And these frames perfectly fit the sprocket. If you have one of those printers that prints out at 2 by 3 inches, they perfectly fit inside here. That's what they're made for, okay? And then here's some to go around corners that you can add with here. Because the reason I did this one was people couldn't work out how to go around corners. So I did it for them. Okay, so here you can see, so the corners are in. So what you would do is you would place it on, you would let me do it on the black, you could see it better. Place it on, up there, you would stencil, and then you would flip it round and it fits perfectly along there. These are a bit shorter, but again, you do the corners and then you fill them in. Okay, so let me just get, so that's Stitch It. Just let me pop that back in there because I've actually stolen these out of the stash. Oh no, that's Frame It. Oh, goodness me. Any printer that's got a 2x3, they will fit. Okay, and stencils you don't always have to use with paint. I hand draw through a lot of these. I do a lot of the doodling. And then the third new one of that was Quilt It. Okay, so I've got the large quilt stencils out, and this was the mini quilt stencil. Okay, so this is Quilt It. Okay, so there are nine of these. Okay, so that's what they are, and you can see in here. So if I go from the front of my book that I've got this, so I take this up to the house, you know, all my stuff's down here, but I take this up to the house. So at the front, I have my Quilt It stencil. So that's there at the front. Then I have my little bit of, do you know what? The normal small stencils will fit in here. You can sandwich them in, but I have these. So then I have my little bit that I do my gluing on. So then I have a pocket. So then I have some pens. I always have a pencil, a black and a white pen, double-sided tape. There's usually a glue stick in there. Okay, so that's the first, that's on the first band. I haven't got anything on this band here because it's quite bulky now, but I could put another book on there if I wanted to. On this band, I have the some of these stencils. You can see, so I have 6 designs there. I have another pocket, and I have a black book that I'm working in. That's the quilt stencil. I have hundreds of books that have just got bits started here and there because I've spent 10 years traveling, and every time I teach this, I start with new books. So I'm just using up all the books. So I just pick up a book, I never know what's in it, and I start working on it, okay? So there's the back of the stencils there. So that's that side. I don't know why that came out. So then on this side, I have another stencil, I have another pocket with all my back chatting. This is the book that I was teaching the other week. So this was Mini Collage. I picked up one of the ready-made books. So I'm still finishing this. I'm still working on it. It'll take quite a while to work on it. So that's here. So that's in there. More clips at the back. I put the clips in so I know where I am in the book, etc. There's one of my agendas. Okay, so this agenda was started in April, and it'll go probably to the beginning of August. So this is like a mini diary. I've glued the 2 front pages together on this, but sometimes I'll put something on there. And this is the one that has the week's view, sorry, not the week view. Let me find it. Oh, I'll put it in here. So that's this one. So this is just the mini. This isn't my neat one at all, but I do like to decorate it. Have I got one somewhere? Here we go. There is actually a class decorating this. This is from the class. This was decorated in the actual class. I think it's called Preparing the Agenda Dialogue. So I normally will do this one day when I'm not feeling too creative. I'll do stuff like this, and I will just add things in. I try and make every page different, and then I just write in. Just key points every day, and sometimes I use my paint pens to make it match. This isn't my neat one at all. This is just the one that I sort of carry around, and then I can just jot things. So this is this week, you see. So that was yesterday. Betsy was 4. I made her cake. I was in the studio doing samples. I took photos for Ranger. I haven't put a party. I haven't filled that in yet. So I'll fill that in and probably do that. Oh, and then I've run out of pages, so I have to start decorating again. So that's in there. And then at the back, I have a new book that I've done some backgrounds, and I have the border stencils at the back. So that is the one that I have at the moment. Okay. What else have we got? Let me have a look. These are some from the grid. This is how I've quite often used the grid book. So I would put a calendar in the beginning, and then I was doing some habit trackers then. So I would make this, do the habit trackers. We've done this in class, but not on an online class. And then just fill it in every day or every other day. Just fill it in, just make a little grid there. I would always write my Audible down. So these are the books that I read in the February. Okay, so there's my Audible. I read a ton, my Audible. This was to-do lists. This was notes. And I would usually decorate this beforehand. Let me see if I've got this. Here's one. There we go. Here's the one that's decorated, ready to go. This is probably a class sample. Can you see? Because it's not filled in. So that's what I would probably do. Again, on a day when I was not feeling very creative, I do that. So then we're going to the March. There we go. There's my Audible for March. This is last year's. This is when I was flying a lot. Again, not my, you know, I don't care if they're messy or anything like that. They're just nice to look back on. On this one, I actually had loads of quotes in the back as well. So for some reason, I wrote a load of quotes in here. I think I was stuck on an aeroplane. So yeah. Okay, so this has a lot of the old ones of these, because I have tons of them. You imagine how many I've got over the years. So I have tons and tons of these, all in cupboards. So what have we got here? So in here, in this box, this is some. Oh, there's some more diary ones. So these are mainly done with stamps. So can you see? So I normally glue that together. January 2017, this one. Wow. So that's, oh my gosh, I've had it 4 years. Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought I had it 3 years. Anyway, so there's some, look, there's more diaries. They need to go in that book. This, now, I keep this. This was a massive failure, but I keep it to show you, because people ask me all the time why I don't use ink in these. Do you remember me telling you there's only one line of stitching for the silhouette? There's only one line of stitching. If you use ink, this gets wet and your pages fall apart. Look at this book. And I know what I'm doing. These are all taped. Can you see? They're all taped together. And it's so look at that. It's so fragile. So if I ever ink, I just do a couple of pages, and I tend to use, I use paint, because this whole thing is just falling to bits, and I gave up on it. You never know, I might finish it one day, but I just practically gave up. So that's why I don't use ink. Okay, so in some of these are books that are half finished, that I've maybe started in classes. I've maybe started them in a class near you, and then I've moved on to another class, so I've had to start another book. So can you see there's loads of pages missing? So what I do is, every now and again when I start a new book, I just pull one of these out and I just pick them up. So they're all in here ready, waiting to go. You can see I've taught flaps, I've probably added paint in. There's some shimmer on the black. See that shimmer on there. So these are all from classes that when I've been traveling around the States and Canada and Australia. These are what I've done. And of course, once I leave a store and go to the next store, I have to start again. Oh, pull, fabulous. You know, I have to start again. So these never get finished. Now that I'm home, I'm, look how many, I've got hundreds. I've got hundreds and hundreds to finish off. So when I do my day by dies now, I just pick one of these out and just use these. So there's one, and then this one is all black ones, but I have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of them. You see? They're all semi-started, but there won't be any finished one. Oh, this one might be, this might be in the wrong spot. Oh no, it's got stuff to finish off. No, I thought that was too good to be true, really. So again, I just pick them out and just use them. But you wouldn't be like me. You wouldn't be starting a new book in every store you go in. So I must have maybe 20 like this, 20 full sets to do. So that's that set. And then in here, this is one of the boxes of finished. So I have tons and tons of boxes of finished ones as well, okay? This is, I decorated it myself. So this is one of the blank ones. Sorry, just finishing my tea. There's one of the blank ones there. And again, they're in no real order, but this one is, I think this is all stamping. That's all stamping. Oh, this looks like stamping. So these are all finished. That's collage. This one is all black and white. So this is what I do with all the finished ones. I still keep them because I still like to look at them. So have a look at one more finished one. So this is one in the frame. So again, stamping, all kinds of different things. Paint, oh, quilting. Again, quilting with the pens, black and white. Oh, not quite finished that one. That's in the wrong spot. Look at that. Might take that one out. Again, more. Hundreds. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Oh, not finished at the back as well. But that's not quite finished one. That's okay. And then, just in case you didn't see my live on the pen and inks, I have tons like this as well, okay, with my quotes in. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, okay, and I always start on the right hand side, and I started doing that because the Midoris, etc., the paper, if you wrote on one side with a fountain pen, it would go right through to the other side and you couldn't see it. So I write on the right hand side, okay, and when I get to the back of the book, I get to the last page in the back of the book, and then I turn the page over, and then I write back, I go back the other way, okay, and I write them all in a different colour ink, different colour fountain pen ink, okay, so I can see, look, that's a very tiny quote, that's a small quote, that's a big quote. I like to be able to see straight away how big the quote is and whether it's going to match on, you know, whether it's going to fit in. And I have hundreds of these. I've spent years doing this, and if you saw my live, I showed you some of the original ones that I did, but whichever way up you get them, they're there. So usually if I'm going on a trip, I will just pull two of these books out. So that's done on the lined. This one is actually on the grid. Can you see the grid there? So that's done on gridded paper. That's grid. That's in the handwriting lines. I pick up whatever book there is, and that's back to the grid. Okay. So so I have tons like that. Wherever I go, you'll see me writing quotes. And then I also, especially if I'm on a plane, well, only when I'm on a plane, to be honest. I only do this on a plane. If I'm on a plane, I will maybe thumb through here, find some of the smaller quotes, and then I write them on the ready backgrounds. Okay, so, and that's how I practice my handwriting. Okay, that's how I practice them. So I just do that. And again, I go one way. And then when I get to the end, I turn it round and I come back the other way. And they take me hours. This takes hours and hours to do. But I just, you know, there's another one. And I only ever do them with a black pen. And, you know, people say to me all the time, oh, you're so lucky to be able to write like that. Seriously, I put the work in. I do this over and over and over. Okay, I can't just write like that. You know, I spend a long time doing. So again, I have hundreds of books like this. Sometimes I'll decorate. You know, that was probably Australia, depending how much time. That was in 2018. Yeah, look, there's a lot of decoration there, so I was probably on a really long journey. And people ask me what pens that I use. I use my pens, the Dilutions paint pens, and I use Posca pen. That's it. That's all I use. Okay, I don't use. Oh, there's one that needs colouring in, because that is typical of things that I would do. I don't just write a quote. What I would do is I would write loads of quotes. Can you see? I would write loads of quotes, look. And then I will go back and I'll colour them in, colour them in, colour them in. Okay. So that's another way of doing. And then I'm going to go on to... oh, I know what I haven't shown you. Let's get the bags out. A lot of the bags that... Oh, I didn't show you the stamps either. So, the bags. This was my very first bag. Okay, my very, very, very first bag. And this will actually... This is my pencil case, and it will actually fit round. So that's where I would have like my paint pens and things. This also fits around your journals and everything, but this is what I would take on a plane. I would take like my, you know, most of my pens in there. I would have my passport in there, I'd have my ticket in there, and then I would have my dialogue as well. So that was the first one. That was the original, and I think it's called an accessories bag, I'm not sure. And then I brought out a larger one because I wanted one for my makeup. So it's the same size bag, it's the same price, but it doesn't have the elastic on because I felt this would be too heavy. So I have the larger one as well. So we have the small, we have that one. Then I brought out the pencil case. Okay, I brought out the pencil case because it opens wide, and look how battered mine. Do you know, Emmy, I might treat myself to some new pencil cases. So here's all my water brushes. I have all the warms in one bag, and I have all the cools in the other bag, like so. And then I have like, here's my paint pens. You know, so, and what I like about those is they open up really wide. They open up really, really wide, so you can get those. And then the latest addition is the big one. This is the big one. Okay, and that'll actually stand. That stands like that, and you can put all sorts in there as well. And again, Art from the Heart has got them all. Ranger has got them all. Your local stores will have them. Okay. And you can put your paints in here, your ink pads. You can put anything. You can put anything in these. Okay. The stamps. These are some Dyalog stamps. So I designed these to use in the dialogue, but I use them in all the diary as well. You just have to give something a name. So these say dialogue, but you can use them in diary. It doesn't really matter, okay? These are clear, and I normally keep these. Hang on, here we go. There we go, there's my stamps. Some little blocks. Can you see? So they come like this, and they're clear because you need to be able to see. And here we go. They're just clear because you want to be able to see. So these, you know, I use them in the Dyalog and the diary, and I keep them in those. And then I usually have this, and then I usually have a little pad in there. So these stamps, this one is the full package. This has all the emojis on. Where is, here we go. Got that one. Where is, oh, it's in here. Let me just have a look. Let's have a look at this one. Do you know, I won't be able to find anything after this. Emmy, there are books everywhere. That's that stamp. You see? So that's that. And these little emojis are the ones going round. So that's called the full package. This is all the right boxes. So this is these and different boxes that are on there. This is this border. You see, I've just repeated it all the way round. This is these little circles. This is called On the Edge. Oh, there we go. So I used that one. I just straightened it. Can you see it's on a curve? I just straightened it. So that is On the Edge. That one there is this. These are stamped with my diary inks. I'll show you those in a minute. This one is called Whatever, and it has my usual lovely sayings like get over it and hell no and stuff. It has normal ones on there as well, but they're not as much fun. Here are all my months. So months and days. So I don't know, here I've stamped the days there. I don't normally stamp the days in this. I've stamped the days there again. That little banner is this one. Can you see? And then the numbers. So I have, it's just called numerology. And it has 3 different sizes of numbers. These are from the sticker book, actually. Oh, there, where it says Monday to Thursday. That's these as well. So it has the small, it has the medium, and it has the large. So that's the medium. That's the medium. That's the large. Okay, so I have 6 of the Dyalog stamps, and this was my tin. This was my aeroplane tin. It's made. It was when I did the diary. Really, well, it's shut now. Oh, something must be wrong in it. It does normally shut, but this is the distress ink pad storage tin. And again, this is how I keep my inks. These are archival inks. These are the Dilutions. This is part of the diary range. But I wasn't bringing out more inks for the Dyalog. They do the same job. And that's one of Tim's mini distress. I steal all Tim's tins. People say to me all the time, are you going to bring out storage? No, I just wait for Tim and then I steal them and use them because they fit perfectly. He has really good ideas and I can't be bothered. So I usually have that with me, which again, if I'm just doing this, I can just put that, you know, I can have those and I can put those together. Those are my diary stamps because I do have diary stamps as well. I think I'm going to do the diary another night because I've been on quite a while. So these are the diary stamps. And I usually have, oh, and there'll be more, more stamps. And that's my little carry tin. But if I'm just taking the Dyalog, I just take this one and just wrap it round the Dyalog. So the last set of boxes that I'm going to show you are these are some of the day by days. Okay, so last I don't know when the first one is. Last April, this is the first one. I have got so many of these. I was doing this a long time before I started doing it online. I've been keeping the Dyalog since 2017, okay? I've been doing a day by day And what I mean by day by day is I expand the diary. So I do more. So last year I was struggling. It was lockdown and I was struggling. And everybody seemed to be demoing and doing these wonderful things online. And I was really struggling. I actually thought my career was over because I made my living as an international travelling teacher. And all of a sudden we're in lockdown, we couldn't do it. And I was very anxious. You all know I have mental illness issues. And I was very, very anxious. And I was just, oh my gosh, I didn't know what I was doing. And I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. This is before I was teaching and things like that. And Emmy, I think it was Emmy, just said, why don't you show them what you do every day? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, what you do with this every day, why don't you do that? So the day by day, I went online and I said, I will do one of these books and I'll do it day by day for the whole of April. Okay? And it'll be on YouTube. I'll film it and put it on YouTube the day after. And we did. And I actually did it for 100 days altogether, I think. As we did, I think we went into August or September. I still do it. I still do it every day. Well, maybe not every day, maybe every other day or something. I still do it. I just don't do it live. I just don't. Because I found I couldn't write anything personal in it because everybody saw it. So, but if you're new to me, if you go to my YouTube channel, which is, it's had nothing on since January, actually. I need to put some more stuff on. What's my YouTube channel, Emmy? Is it just Diary of Dilutions? And go back to the first day by day. And you can do it. You can join at any time. It's just ignore the dates and just do a different date. But I take you through, like this book in here. Hang on, this pink one. This is how we start. I start by showing you decorating a book. I leave this page blank for a thing. But I show you we decorate a book in one session. So then that's done. And then all you have to concentrate on is one a day. So even though it's over a year old, it's still really relevant. Okay. So this was the first one. Just let me get this one. I'll go through this one. And I'm not going through them all. I'm just going to put that in there to catch that. Okay. So what I do is, these are the small diaries. And I'll go through that next week. I pencil really roughly in these every single day. Look, every single day, this is my notes in the diary. And then from this, I go to like the agendas, because I don't always want to do it on that day. So I write the agendas and then I do my day by days as well. Okay. Because to me, we were making history. We were really making history. Now, some people think this is a waste of a diary. But I actually, when I finished it, look, you can see I'm right at the end, I tear all the pages out and I make them into mini books. And we do have mini book classes. So this is the one I'm in at the moment. I have to be careful because there's usually top secret stuff. So you can see here, that's today. There's today, sorry. So I've nearly finished. At the end of the day, I'll write the rest. And then that's tomorrow's. Sometimes I'll put in things like next week I've got my nails, I've got my hair, and it's Father's Day. So sometimes I'll write things like that in. But most of the time it's just at the end of the day I write things down, okay? So I keep those. I do those every single day. And then we would do this. So this was the very first one that I did. So I showed you how to decorate it, okay? I showed you how to make a calendar in there, and then I just did this. You didn't have to do the same as me, but this is what I did. So there you go. Started the day by day project. I had been doing this for 3 years already. I've got 3 years worth of this, but that's when I started doing it with everybody. Okay. So and I show you how to do things like this. They're like mini lessons, really. I put my sprocket pictures in. I just add things, instead of saying I was in lockdown, I just put I'm exiled for the good of the realm. It's just, there is the letter, That's the letter from Downing Street that they sent me. Look, the letter, my personal letter from the Prime Minister. We all got sent one of those. It wasn't a personal one, everybody got one. But, you know, I incorporated it in. I put get well soon, Robert. Look, we're making our history. So I showed you how to make little things. We just did different bits. This was a list of being grateful because everybody was moaning about things. And I date them. So that was the 8th of April 2020, the 9th of April. The 10th of April was a double spread. The 11th of April was Otis had pneumonia. He was in hospital with pneumonia. You know, that's Easter. So that's all the little grandkids there. This was my Audible books. This is just cutting pages. Just anything. My first online class. Oh my gosh. That was my first online class there. And we all sort of did it together. Well, I just did what I'm doing. And then people could copy it or try it or whatever they wanted to do. And I did 4 months worth, I think. I said I was going to do it for 31 days. And I continued. I did it for a lot longer. I put things in like my Doc Martens came. That came off my Blackwing pencil. I did collage, little things, you know, photos, everything. It's just, and these are the things that people will, you know, this is your Anne Frank type of thing, really. You know, my little pockets in the end. So that was April, and I do it every month. So we so I usually use a book a month, but sometimes I use more than a book a month. For example, this was some Christmas. I normally have 2 books. So this was Christmas 2018. Okay. And I started this in Australia. So you can see, I mean, I've been doing it a long time. But normally at Christmas, there's book 2. So we go from, what was the last day there? What day? Can't find a date, hang on. Friday the 21st. And then this was, this is part 2, but so this will be from the 22nd on. And I just play and write things down, and you know, and that goes right through to, I missed a page. I don't know how I missed a page there, but this goes right through to January, to my mum's birthday, New Year's Eve. Okay, and that's when a lot of people were first really introduced to the Dyalog system. You don't have to keep them in these. You can take them out of the journals when you're finished. Why is that sticking up there? Don't know. They're just so lovely to go back and look at. You know, but I do tend to keep mine like this because I keep them all in order, and so I have all the books that are done in order from start to finish. So there you go. That is the Dyalog system. So you can still find those videos on YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go back and put these books back in again for you, because nobody ever gets it right the first time, and then you can rewind it a bit. And then I'm just going to answer a few questions, and then I'm going to go and have my tea, because it's been a long day. Okay, so you start with your book. You start with your cover with 2 elastics. And if you want to put more than 2 books in, you take 2 books, open them in the middle, and put 1 elastic over the middle of the 2 books. And you pull them apart, and then you slide that under the elastic there. You repeat with 2 more books and an elastic. And you slide that under those 2 books. There, okay? That gives you 4 quite nicely. If you want to put more in, pick up the elastic and put your 3rd book on. Same at this side. Pick up your elastic, put your 3rd book on. Okay? If you want to add your pockets in, just put your pockets round like that. They will fit. If you want to do your blank one, pop it around. Okay, or just have it on its own. Once it gets a lot in, I would just have that on its own. Remember, mine is there. I have that with a pocket on the outside, and I have my mat and a stencil round. And then when it's new, it's a little bit stiff, but once you've had it a while, it'll just mould. It'll just mould in like that, okay? They're light, they're not too heavy or anything like this. Don't feel you've got to put 6 in. You can just put 2 in. You can just put 4 in. Do you know what I mean? Don't feel that you've got to overload it, but it just means it's always there, ready for you. And if it's always there, you're going to fill it. So this stays up at the house. So, oh, I've taken the diary out, haven't I? You see, I won't be able to find anything tomorrow. There it is. So up at the house, mind you, tomorrow I'll have to decorate some more pages. But sometimes I just write it and decorate it afterwards. I know now how much space to leave. But because it's already done, when I go up today, I'll fill this in and I'll just write. And it's only little bits, but, you know, so that, where did that come from? That was in there. So it just means, even though I'm not travelling, I still have it. I still use it like this and have it all the time. So I'm going to flip the camera back round. Here we go. It is so warm. Look at my fringe. It's so, oh gosh, it's going to be one of those. I'll just put the fan back on. I'll just fan myself. Right, let's see. Karen, I start to watch your day by day on YouTube on Monday. I brought my dialogue on Tuesday and it came yesterday. Wonderful. Ben has them all. Ben Art from the Heart. That's, you know, my store. Ben's my son. He has them all in stock. We carry the full. Oh, Julie, yes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't talk about that. We have the whole full range. There are other stores in the UK, okay, but nobody stocks the range like we do. But if you have a local store, you know, if you have a local store, they might have it as well, okay. We also have the Dilutions Cutting Mat, which is made to go in here. Do you know what it is? It's because I was cutting something earlier and I took it out, but that'll actually just sit in there. Can you see? So because when I'm in a hotel and that, you know, cutting mats are heavy, they're hard. So this is a little pink cutting mat, and it's got the same shape as the journal block. Now obviously it's not see-through, and your journal block will fit in here as well. You just slot it, your journal block will fit, okay, but if you're traveling, you want as little as possible, so this would this fits in there as well. So Julie, thank you very much for that. Oh my gosh, me and Emmy missed that earlier. So what else have I missed? Glad you showed this again. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for your time. My stuff hasn't been in Michael's for a couple of years, no. Karen, thank you so much for the info. I'm going to start watching your daily videos. They're not daily anymore, but if you go back to last April and just watch them every day, you know, do that. So going to order a cover, the beautiful, thank you. My new travel goal is to visit Out from the Heart. Well, don't come yet because we're not open. We're just online at the moment because we're just so busy. Nancy, thank you. Marianne, that was awesome. Oh, just love my Dilutions. I'm going to do the diary next week because I've been on an hour and a half. So I think, Emmy, what do you think? Tuesday-ish? Maybe Tuesday. I'll let you know the day before and I will go through all the diary system next week for you. Okay? No, I still do have some stuff in Michael's, but not the dialogues. My inks are in there, my journals are in there, but not these. Natalie, thank you. Carla, thank you. Yes, Art from the Heart, fantastic service, of course. Janine, yeah. Who in US has the most? Well, Ranger has the most, but there's stores everywhere. So, let's see. Oh, thank you, Lee. Thank you. Stampers Anonymous has a lot of it. Mind you, they're travelling to Texas at the moment. Lee, whereabouts in Texas are you going to the show? Is it the big scrapbook? Lee, put it down because the shows have started in Texas, so you can go and see Stampers Anonymous. I won't be there, but Lee'll message it. Purchase a journal. You purchase the journal covers where you buy any of my Dilution stuff. The dialogue covers. Is there a class especially for working with colours in the black dialogue? No, go watch the free videos. I do, you know, people think, I give a ton of free stuff as well. I don't just do paid classes. But, you know, you'll find lots of tips in there of doing. I don't use a black journal, but I paint a lot of black in there to do it. Started two covers and a background insert from... Oh, I think that's Ranger. Ranger's machine's down at the moment. So if it says out of stock quicker than it normally is, just do an email request and they'll get it back up. So yeah, it's a pleasure. Yeah, you can watch it again. When I finish, I will give it a few minutes and I will press save and it'll be on the page. I think Emmy is going to edit it slightly and put it on YouTube as well. We keep forgetting to put stuff on the YouTube channel. So Emmy is going to download all the mental health, you know, all the 7 nights in a row I did lives for Mental Health Week. She is going to save all those, download them and put those on YouTube as well, just so it's easier to find. And we'll put this on YouTube. They just take hours to download. That's for us, not for you, for us. They just take a long time. So yeah. Oh, Michelle, good. Glad your anxiety is levelled out. That's why I chat to you. Oh, I lost your comments. Deborah, she's new to me. Oh dear. Go and mortgage your house now. Nelda, what size blocks do you use? I'm not sure what you mean, darling. Teresita, loved your new journal. Used it for the tumbling blocks class. Wonderful. Tracy loves the Dyalog System, all the products. Thank you. Where's Lee going? Mesquite. Did Lee put that? Have I missed that? Oh, yeah. Mesquite. I don't know what the show's called, but there'll be a show there. They have a lot of Dilutions. They do. Julie Poole, yeah, your day by day still keeps me plodding along in life and making art every day. I keep saying I'm going to do it again and I just run out of time constantly. So Piper, Art from the Heart staff are fabulous. They work really hard and they're so nice. They are. He is my son, but they are. The rest of the staff are wonderful as well. His wife works there, and then we have Ali and we have the lovely Lona as well. So Emmy's a very busy woman, yeah. Oh, Gregory loved the mental health series. Cool. It was good to do. I was so worn out after it. I think I needed a week to recover. Yeah, we don't have shop at Ranger Warehouse. So, oh, Karen's cutting out. Denise. Do you know, Denise has just said you're an amazing advocate for mental health. Somebody has to normalise it. To me, it's just, you know, I put a post on yesterday. Somebody who I knew, her son's best friend, passed last week. 20 years old. You know, people have to realise it's okay not to be okay. You know, I'm sick of the shame and the stigma, etc. And so I will normalise it as much as possible. I wouldn't be where I am without my mental illness. People have got to realise, you know, and I say it all the time, I have an underactive thyroid. I've had an underactive thyroid for 30 odd years. I take medication. I'll take medication for the rest of my life. What's the difference? What's the difference? It's a chemical imbalance in the brain. So we've got to normalise it. Got to normalise it. Plain. I'm a bit confused with that. Oh, the stamping show. Yeah. Oh, Marlene. Hello. Marlene, I think your order is stuck in customs. Marlene's latest release, the gorgeous Marlene, it's stuck in customs. It should have been here a couple of days ago. Ben is not amused. So she has a gorgeous. And if you go back to the Dyalog series, you'll see I use a lot of Marlene's books. Hang on. I've got one here. Here's one. I love these. And you'll see that I've used them in my day by days as well. So lovely to see you, darling. Oh, somebody's just spent $350 on my items. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I know, Miranda, we can't buy it out from the heart at the moment due to Brexit. It's just a night. It will level out. It'll level back out. Cece thinks she has almost everything. She's working on getting large stencils. Shell is just transferring her wage every month. Keep some for your Doc Martens. Shell, oh my God, Shell, have you seen the new Voss sandals? Fluffy pink hearts. Big wedge platforms. Big wedge platforms. I have nearly every Voss sandal there is. And I have nearly every... I've forgotten the name of the other one that I wear a lot. I cannot justify them, but oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. Oh, people appreciate me. That's it. Stamps and Scrap Art Tour at Mesquite, Texas. Go see Lee. Oh, Denise. Good. Oh, look at that. Sharka's doorbell just rang and it was her joggles order. Wonderful. Yes, boys are allowed to cry. They're allowed to regulate their emotions. It's just so pointless. So pointless. I put a poem on there which I thought was amazing called, I can't remember what it's called, but it was like Death Can Wait. And I think that should be read in schools. If you know of anybody who's suffering, you know, write it down in your journals, show them it. It was just so wonderful. Yeah, customs jail, Marlene. It's just a problem at the moment, so... oh, everybody loves your stuff, Marlene. They think you're fabulous. Oh, somebody new to Marlene. Oh, Karen, my mental health has been so much better since I found you. I haven't cried for weeks. I've just got no money. I'm sorry. So you're happy but poor. I'm so sorry about that. It will come to a point where you'll stop. You'll realise that what you've got is okay. You don't need everything. Okay, you want everything, but you don't need everything. The important thing is to use it. Just use it, okay? So, oh, Janine, I got her started on Fly. I wear Doc Martens, Converse, and Fly. I wear Fly when I'm travelling because they're really light. But when I'm home, I wear Doc Martens all winter, boots, and Converse, spring and autumn, and Doc Martens sandals in the summer. Desiree sharing the crafty goodies, yeah. Piper, I know. The reason I heard about it as well was they're an Indigenous family, and they don't have a lot of money, so there was a GoFundMe for the funeral. How sad. So that's how I first sort of had. So I donated to the GoFundMe, and then it was a friend of mine who messaged me and told me all about it. So, Lisa, yeah, that's fine. Oh, Nelda has a handbag problem. I used to have a handbag problem. I don't anymore because I don't go anywhere. My only problem now is what the hell do I do with them all? So I have a lot of them displayed, but I used to have a bit of a handbag problem. So, oh, for shoes, Marlene's saying. Diana, correct. It's okay to not feel okay. So, yeah. Oh. I can't wear Irregular Choice. I've worn some of the flat ones in the past. They just don't suit my feet. I would buy them to collect. I love them. But they just don't suit. Oh, Fluvogs as well. I have all my Fluvogs. I forgot about those. How can I forget about my massive collection of Fluvogs? Oh my gosh. Gosh. Oh, Megan, I miss you lot as well. Okay, so I don't think there's any more questions. So we've been... I know, I need to start them again, Joyce, the fashion shows. I just got fed up. I got fed up of having to put makeup on in the morning. I should just do them later on in the day. I do these things, but, you know, in my ADHD, I do them for so long and then I'm like, eh, and I just sort of move on. But when the new website finally gets here, all that stuff will be on the website. There will be a little club. You can all join the club. It's a top secret club, so don't ask me about it yet. We can't do anything till we get the website up. And then all stuff like that will be on the club. So, yeah. So, I wonder if that person who complained at the start has carried on watching or if they just went. I don't know. Okay, so... Enjoy your dialogues. Just don't feel you've got to have it all. Buy one of the things, start it, buy another one, use it, buy a cover to put them in. Okay?